Liverpool. Liverpool, the current Premier League champions and one of the most respected forces in European football, find themselves at the centre of a story full of twists, turns and bold decisions. With every transfer window, the Reds prove themselves masters at creating narratives that captivate fans across the globe, and this time is no different. After making significant investments this season and with ambitious plans for the future, the club is building a squad not only to maintain their dominance in England, but also to challenge the very best teams on the continent. However, managing a giant like Liverpool is never straightforward, and the coming weeks promise to be decisive in shaping the team's destiny. One of the most intriguing chapters in this saga revolves around Alexander Isak, the Swedish striker who shone brightly at Real Sociedad before his big-money move to Newcastle United. Now, amid speculation about his future, rumours are surfacing that the player wants to leave the Magpies, and Liverpool have emerged as one of the key contenders to secure his signature. Richard Hughes, the club's sporting director, are determined to bring Isak to Anfield. However, this mission will be far from easy. Newcastle's asking price, £150 million, is astronomical and could go down in history as the biggest British transfer of all time. That figure reflects not only Isak's talent, but also Newcastle's growing financial muscle since being taken over by Saudi investors. For Liverpool, this presents a dilemma. Pay an enormous fee for a player who still needs to consistently prove his worth in English football, or seek more affordable alternatives on the market. The drama only intensifies when considering that Liverpool have already spent nearly £300 million in the current transfer window, bringing in big names such as Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez to further strengthen the squad. In addition, the club recently announced the signing of Hugo Ekitike, another attacking talent expected to add speed and creativity to the front line. But will that be enough to satisfy the club's hunger for silverware? The answer depends on several factors, including Isak's ability to quickly adapt to Arne Slot's playing philosophy and justify the monumental investment required to bring him to Anfield. For many supporters, Isak's arrival would be a dream come true. For others, a risky gamble that could threaten the club's financial stability. While talks surrounding Isak dominate the headlines, another intriguing story is beginning to unfold behind the scenes. This time, the spotlight is on Douglas Luiz, the Brazilian midfielder who, despite leaving the Premier League to join Juventus, now appears close to returning to English football. According to Italian sources, including the respected La Gazzetta dello Sport, Liverpool are among the clubs who have shown interest in recent weeks. However, it's not a one-horse race. West Ham United and Everton are also in the running, with the Toffees reportedly in a strong position. Everton, confident in their chances, have already tabled a solid offer of €35 million including bonuses and believe they are currently leading the race. To complicate matters further, Luiz failed to report for Juventus's first day of pre-season training, sparking internal tensions and increasing the likelihood of a move away. But why would Liverpool be interested in Douglas Luiz? That's a question echoing among fans and pundits, especially given the club already have a midfield packed with options. Players such as Ryan Gravenberch, Stefan Bajcetic, Wataru Endo, Tyler Morton, Alexis McAllister and Curtis Jones make up an impressive group, capable of challenging any opponent. Moreover, spending €40 million on a 27-year-old who could end up as a substitute raises doubts over the logic behind the potential signing. However, football is a game of nuance, and perhaps Liverpool are planning something bigger, or even preparing to offload other players to make room in the squad. Rumours suggest that Barcelona are monitoring one of Liverpool's standout stars, although Liverpool remain confident that he will stay at the club this summer. Still, the search for reinforcements doesn't end there. While attempting to sign both Isak and Luiz, Liverpool are also keeping a close eye on their rivals' movements. Manchester United, for example, are being carefully watched by Liverpool's top brass who want to gauge their position on Isak. United, now under the leadership of Rumen Amorim, are also in the market for a new striker, which could lead to a heated battle should both clubs' interest be confirmed. The competition between these two English giants is shaping up to be one of the most thrilling subplots of the transfer window, with fans on both sides eagerly awaiting updates. Will Liverpool manage to outmaneuver their historic rivals and land the Swedish striker? Or will Manchester United come out on top, drawing on their rich tradition of elite signings? Amidst all the negotiations and speculation, one thing is clear. Liverpool are in the midst of a major transformation. After winning the Premier League title last season with a stunning campaign, the club seems determined to maintain its status as one of the world's elite teams. However, the cost of such ambition is high, both financially and emotions, and the pressure of maintaining that level of excellence their finances while chasing elite reinforcements? Or will this aggressive strategy? Time will answer, but one thing is certain. Liverpool are willing to make sacrifices to stay at the top. New level, but it would also require significant tactical and financial adjustments. Similarly, signing Douglas Luiz could add valuable depth to the midfield, but only if the club can ensure he has space to shine. In such a dynamic landscape, every decision made by Arne Slot and Richard Hughes will be crucial for the club's future. Fans can expect surprises, setbacks, and, of course, moments of pure joy as the pieces of this great puzzle begin to fall into place.
Furthermore, it's worth remembering that the transfer market is about much more than numbers and price tags. It reflects the aspirations of clubs, players and supporters alike, and offers a unique opportunity to shape football's future. For Liverpool, every new signing is a step towards a bigger goal, to consolidate themselves as a global powerhouse, capable of competing on all fronts without losing their identity. That requires not only strategic vision, but also a deep understanding of what makes the club special. This is why figures like Arne Slot and Richard Hughes play such pivotal roles in the process. While Slot works to implement a vibrant, attacking style of play, Hughes focuses on finding talent that seamlessly fits into the existing squad. Meanwhile, Liverpool's rivals aren't standing still. Manchester United, always a formidable opponent, are working hard to assemble a squad capable of challenging the Reds next season. The potential head-to-head race for Isak only adds more spice to this historic rivalry, creating a sense of anticipation that only football can provide. On top of that, Barcelona's reported interest in one of Liverpool's key players shows that even a club of Liverpool's stature is not immune to the advances of Europe's heavyweights. Retaining top players will be just as important as attracting new ones, and the months ahead promise to be crucial in that regard. For Liverpool, the challenge is clear: to strike the perfect balance between innovation and tradition, ambition and realism. Ultimately, football is much more than a sport. It's a metaphor for life, full of highs and lows, triumphs and defeats, laughter and tears. For Liverpool, 2025 is shaping up to be a landmark year, with challenges that will test their resilience and opportunities that could define their path for years to come. Regardless of the final outcome, one thing is certain: the supporters' love for the club will never waver, and every moment lived will be celebrated as part of a collective journey that transcends generations. Let the next few weeks begin, packed with emotion, big decisions, and perhaps even new heroes ready to be immortalized in